What was the time someone assumed something about you that was completely wrong? I was 24 and working at this upscale marketing firm downtown. Fresh out of college, trying to make a good impression, wearing my nicest business clothes every day. I looked young for my age, which didn't help with credibility in corporate meetings. One Thursday morning, I'm waiting for the elevator in our office building lobby when this older woman in an expensive suit steps up next to me. She looks me up and down with this disapproving expression. "Excuse me," she says in this condescending tone. "Are you here for the internship program?" I was confused. "No, I work here. Marketing department on the 15th floor." She laughed. Actually laughed at me. "Honey, I don't think so. The internship coordinator is on the 3rd floor. You'll want to take the other elevator." I tried to explain that I'd been working there for 8 months, but she cut me off. "Listen, sweetie, I've been coming to this building for 12 years. I know who works here and who doesn't. You're clearly lost." The elevator arrived and she stepped in, but blocked me from getting on. This elevator goes to the executive floors. Interns use the stairs or wait for the service elevator. She pressed the button for the 14th floor and the doors closed, leaving me standing there, completely stunned. I took the next elevator up to my floor, still processing what had just happened. I mentioned it to my coworker Beth, who started laughing. "Wait, describe her again. Blonde hair in a tight bun, designer handbag. Yeah, that's her. Oh my god, that's Patricia Walsh. She's the CEO of that consulting firm on 14. She thinks she owns this entire building." I didn't think much more about it until the following week, when I got called into an emergency client meeting. Our biggest account was threatening to leave because they were unhappy with their current campaign results. The meeting was scheduled for 2 p.m. in the main conference room. I spent all morning preparing my presentation, going over analytics, preparing new strategy proposals. This account was worth $2 million annually. If we lost them, there would definitely be layoffs. I walked into the conference room carrying my laptop and presentation materials. Sitting at the head of the table was Patricia Walsh. She looked at me and her face immediately shifted to that same condescending smile. "Oh good, they sent someone to set up the projector. Could you also grab us some coffee? I take mine black and Mr. Peterson here likes cream and sugar." I stood there for a second, then realized what was happening. "Actually, I'm Emma Collins, your account manager. I'll be presenting our new campaign strategy today." Patricia's smile faded. "That's impossible. You're way too young to be handling an account this size. Where's the real account manager?" Mr. Peterson, who was apparently the client, looked uncomfortable. "Patricia, maybe we should just see what she has to say." "Absolutely not. I'm not wasting my time listening to some intern pretend to know about marketing strategy. Get me someone with actual experience." That's when I decided I'd had enough. I opened my laptop, pulled up the PowerPoint, and started my presentation anyway. "Mr. Peterson, your current campaign has a 2.3% conversion rate, which is honestly terrible for your target demographic. Here's why." For the next 20 minutes, I walked through every problem with their existing strategy. I showed them heat maps of where people were clicking on their website, explained why their social media engagement was dropping, and presented 3 new approaches with projected ROI calculations. Patricia sat there getting more and more uncomfortable as I kept talking. I could tell she was realizing I actually knew what I was doing. When I finished, Mr. Peterson was nodding enthusiastically. "This is exactly what we needed to hear. The analysis is spot on, and these new strategies make perfect sense for our brand." He turned to Patricia. "Your team never provided this level of detail. Emma clearly understands our customer base better than anyone we've worked with." Patricia's face was turning red. I'm sure she had help preparing this presentation. "Actually," I said, pulling out my phone, "I'd be happy to walk through how I built these analytics models. I wrote the code myself using Python and SQL to pull data from your CRM system." I spent another 10 minutes showing them the actual database queries I'd created, explaining the statistical methods I'd used, and answering technical questions about customer segmentation algorithms. By the end of the meeting, Mr. Peterson had signed a contract extension, and Patricia was sitting there in complete silence. As we were packing up, Patricia finally spoke up. "I owe you an apology. I made assumptions based on your age and appearance. That was wrong of me." "It happens more than you'd think," I replied. "But I've learned that the best response is just to do the work and let results speak for themselves." Mr. Peterson shook my hand and said, "Emma, your company is lucky to have you. This is the most thorough campaign analysis we've ever received." 6 months later, that campaign won a regional marketing award and generated a 340% increase in qualified leads for the client. Patricia actually recommended our firm to 3 other companies after that and always made sure to ask specifically for me by name. Sometimes people's assumptions about you become the best motivation to prove them completely wrong.